Yeah. Once again, back is the incredible business credit builder.us. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about how to build business credit for your EIN that is not linked to your Social Security. This happens to be the free money edition. And what that means is I'm going to tell you about my personal experience of how I learned about business credit, okay? And how my client gets free money, okay? I'm gonna tell you the story. So I'm gonna tell you by the end of this presentation, you're gonna know how to get free money, right? You're also gonna know all the steps of how to build business credit, okay? Not like a sales presentation, even though I do sell the services of helping small businesses build their business credit and accessing funding. Sales classes, they just give you just enough information so you can buy the product, right? But I'm gonna give you all the steps that you need, and you don't even really need me. I'm gonna give you the steps, but I'm gonna let you know the lumps along the way, all right, that you can experience, all right? All right, without further ado, make sure y'all take notes because I'm gonna be going really fast. And I want to say also this. Building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps, okay? We're gonna go through some details about how to build business credit for your business, for your EIN, okay? Bet that. Let me introduce myself. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. Check out my contact information. I'm the CEO at Business Credit Builder.us LLC. You can see my contact information. Notice the buttons at the bottom, which will be presented throughout the presentation, all right? The first button is how to get a free guide on how to build business credit. Make sure you get your free guide, all right? Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide, okay? The next button is what you do if you want to talk to me about your business. You schedule a free business credit consultation at businesscreditbuilder.us/consult, okay? And if you think that you can get qualified for funding now, then you go to the red button, /get funding, okay? All right, let's get those preliminaries out the way. Just some background on me. I'm from New York. I went to Morehouse College, studied accounting. My first job out of Morehouse was with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, working in corporate accounting. And I've had a few corporate accounting jobs, but I've always been entrepreneurial. And I started a company called MediaNet USA. And at MediaNet USA, what we do is accounting and bookkeeping for small businesses. We also do websites for small businesses. And now I talk about business credit, okay? Now, how I got to talk about business credit, all right? So this begins the story. This begins the free money story, right? So my client, his name is Jay, right? Jay has a freight company. And I'm working at Jay's freight company doing accounting. And he also hired me to do websites, right? So every time I did a website for Jay, $250,000 hit the bank. I know that because I'm doing the books, okay? $200,000 hit the bank. So one day I said, Jay, I need to make some money. Can you find something for me to do? He said, do this. Find a company and we'll do a deal with that company and you can make some money off of the deal. I said, okay. I went to my buddy named Philly Phil. He has a company he wasn't working with. It was just sitting there in good standing. I said, let's work with this. Jay said, okay, bet. He told me to make the website just like I did his other companies, right? 6 months later, we walk into a dealership with $250,000 credit line. And we walk out of there with 4 brand new vans. We got those Sprinter vans, 4 brand new Sprinter vans. And we work them on Amazon, doing Amazon Prime right now, okay? And we did that without using our personal information, okay? So I know business credit works. That's how I know business credit works, okay? I'm gonna tell you more about Jay later on in the presentation, right? But let's move on with this classwork, all right? Business credit. What is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score. With an established credit profile and score, the business will then qualify for credit. This credit is in the business name and is based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's ability to pay. Since the business qualifies for credit, in some cases, there is no personal credit required from the business owner. The business can use this credit to qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, BP, Walmart, even MasterCard, Visa, Amex. The business can also qualify for credit lines and business loans. Here goes some benefits of having business credit. A credit profile can be built for a business that is completely separate from the business owner's personal credit profile. This gives business owners double the borrowing power as they have both personal and business credit profiles built. The business scores are based only on whether the business pays its bills on time. Now, that's different than personal credit, right? For personal credit, there's 5 factors that affect your personal credit score. But with business credit, there's only one factor, and that's how you pay your bill. A business owner can obtain credit much faster using business credit profile versus their personal credit profile. Okay, so here are the 5 factors that affect your personal credit. Your payment history, which is 35% of your score. So that's significant. Another significant factor in your personal credit is utilization. That is 30% of your score. The length of the credit history, accumulation of new credit, and the credit mix. Okay, 5 factors. Now with business credit, there's only one factor. What you are looking at now is the scoring for the pay debt score. Most business credit scores go from 0 to 100. Okay. And so if you have a 100, then that means to the lenders that you pay all your bills early. If you have an 80 pay debt score or around the 80, that means you pay your bills on time. If you pay your bills 14 days beyond the terms, you get about a 70. And I also want to note that a 70 is a lendable pay debt score. But I get my clients to 80. That's where you want to be. You want to be 80 or above. Okay. And then you see how the scoring goes, right? 60, 50. You see that, right? So you won't even be worried about all that because you're going to be paying your bills on time. So you want to be around that 80 mark. Okay. All right. Approval limits are much higher on business accounts versus personal accounts. Per the SBA, credit limits on business cards are usually 10 times higher than consumer credit. When done correctly, business credit can be built without a personal credit check. It can be done. Business credit can quickly be obtained regardless of personal credit quality. So your personal credit can be shot up and we still be able to build you business credit and access funding for your business. There's no personal credit reporting of business accounts. What that means is that when you have a business account, they don't report your payments to your consumer credit. They report to your business credit reporting agencies. Okay, so this is separate. Well, I'm going to show you how to build a credit profile separate from your personal credit profile. Okay. Most business credit can be obtained without the owner taking on personal liability or personal guarantee. This means in case of default, the business owner's personal assets cannot be pursued. Okay, so if you're a business and you default on a loan, they can only come for the assets of the business. They can't come for your personal stuff. Okay, a lot of people make that mistake and tie up their personal stuff with their business. When the business falls, their whole life falls, right? So that's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid using your personal information for your business. And your business stands on its own 2 feet, okay? When a business owner applies for financing, the business credit is reviewed. So when you apply for credit with your business, they're going to look at your business credit profile. They do not need your permission. And when they deny you, they do not have to tell you why they denied you. That's key information. Not having business credit established will get an owner declined for financing. Because when you apply for a loan or an account as a business, they want to know if the business can pay a bill. Sometimes they do want to know if the person can pay a bill, but they're going to check to see if the business can pay a bill. And when they look at a business and says they don't have nothing on their credit report, then that shows them that, hey, there's no proof that they're going to pay this bill. Okay? That's why you need to show them a record of you having a track record of paying bills on time. Just like in the personal world. You got to show them that you can pay a bill. Same thing with the personal credit, right? Okay. There are no regulations that require that the lender notify the business owner for their reason for denial, so most never know. Anyone can pull your business credit reports without your permission. Clients, prospects, potential buyers, even competitors can see your business information. This means they can see your payment history, your high credit limits, the number of employees and revenue, your past payment performance, and much more. All of this type of stuff is on your business credit report. Almost any business can get business credit as long as it has an EIN number and an entity set up. You don't need collateral. You don't need financials. You can be a startup. You just need to know the proper building steps. Okay? A lot of people don't know the proper building steps. And like I said before, each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps. You got to do it in those steps order in order for this to work. If you don't do it in the order correctly, it's not going to work. A lot of us like to skip steps, right? So we don't want to do that. With this right here, I'm going to show you the real way to do it. And you got to do it without skipping steps, okay? All right. Now, what you are looking at now is what anybody can see for free. There's a place on the Experian website where you can go and put your business name in and your address, and you can get information like this. This is for Mars Incorporated. They're in McLean, Virginia. Now, the thing that I want to bring to your attention is the trade lines. You see that? They got 22 trade lines. They got 22 trade lines. That's what I want to bring to your attention. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to explain what a trade line is, because the trade lines is the basis for building business credit. So I want us to be on the same page before we continue, all right? So this is what a trade line is. A trade line is when you go to a company and they give you an account on credit, which means you can go buy something on credit, right? So let's say you go buy something, which means you have that item and you didn't pay for it yet. They gave you an invoice so you can make your payment, right? You got your invoice. Now it's time to pay. So what happens when you pay this invoice? A report is sent to the business credit reporting agencies. This report says XYZ company, your company, has an account with us and they can spend X amount of dollars, right? Now they made a purchase with us and they paid off this bill in X amount of days. And that's what's on the report. They send that report to the business credit reporting agencies. The business credit reporting agencies put that on your business credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. Do we have any questions on what a trade line is? Because this is like the most important, this is like the basis of building business credit. So I want everybody to be on the same page. Any questions? You can raise your hand, you can open your mic, you can type in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody understands what a trade line is. So we're good. Everybody knows. Oh, y'all are educated. Y'all know what a trade line is. All right. So cool. Or you just found out what a trade line is. So we're good. Okay. So, bet Jay, Miss Williams. Okay, so Publix. This is Publix. They got 171 trade lines, right? Yep. I see you, X. Yep. And we got Walmart. You see that, right? Now, Walmart, they're the king of business credit. And this is how they do it. They go to Bounty, for instance, and say, Bounty, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. The owner of Walmart don't go in his pocket. He don't call the accounting department. The truckload shows up at the store. They put the toilet paper on the shelf. We go in there and buy the toilet paper. They take our money and they pay the bill. And Bounty says, hey, You did that good. Here's 5 truckloads. And they keep flipping that over and over again, 513 times. They're the king of business credit. Walmart, right? Now, any business can do this, from a big corporate company or a small company. For instance, the corner store. When the bread comes in, they're not paying for that bread right now. They're counting how many units came in, how many units went out. So you can do this at a big corporate level. You can do this at a small business level. Anybody can do this. Okay? How to build business credit for your EIN that is not linked to your social. Let's get busy. A business starts building a brand new credit profile, much the same as a consumer. The business starts with no credit profile. The business gets approved for new credit that reports to the business credit reporting agencies. The business uses the credit and pays the bill timely. A positive business credit profile is established as the business continues using the credit and pays its bill timely. It will qualify for more credit. That's the basic scenario, right? That's the basic scenario. Okay, business credit, build business credibility. Okay, this is the first step right here, which I call credibility. I also call this step fundability. Okay, and I want to tell you that this is the most important step, making your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Okay. Bridget got a question. What if you only have a letter on Experian? How long does it take you to get a number from Dun & Bradstreet? Okay, first you started with Experian with a letter, and now you're talking about Dun & Bradstreet. They're 2 different things, right? So Experian, when you have trade lines, I'm gonna tell you about how to get the trade line. When you got trade lines and they populate to Experian, they're gonna populate on Experian. Boom. When you make the payment on an invoice for a company that reports to Experian, that will populate. It is a good question about the Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet has what they call the pay debt score. I already showed you about the pay debt score, right? But Dun & Bradstreet will not give you a pay debt score until 3 trade lines has been processed, been submitted to them, okay? 3 trade lines have to report to Dun & Bradstreet before they give you a pay debt score. If those first 3 trade lines that gets reported to Dun & Bradstreet, they will give you a pay debt score of around 76. If you paid those 3 bills on time. This is 3 trade lines, right? Okay, so I hope I answered that question, Bridget. Let's continue. The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. Okay. Now we're going to set up the business. One of your first steps is going to go to Secretary of State and get your business name registered with the Secretary of State in the state that you reside in. It is very important to use your exact business legal name. If you're ensure your business name is exactly the same on your corporation papers, licenses, and bank statements. This is important. So when you go to the Secretary of State and get your name registered, they send you a certificate You want that certificate. You want the name on that certificate, right? And whenever you use your business name, like you got filling out an application or you're using your business name any place, you want to spell it exactly the way it is on that certificate. Do not abbreviate. Do not miss a dash, a comma. Everything exactly how it is on that certificate. Exactly. Okay. Okay. Exactly. That's what you need to know. When you set up your name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. What you need to know is, in order to separate your business liability from your personal liability, you need to select an entity that is an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, or a corporation. If you select a proprietorship or a partnership, then you are personally liable for anything that happens with this business. Okay? That's what you need to know about the entity. EIN number. I'm not going to spend that much time on the EIN number because most of you already know about the EIN number, but I'm going to tell you what you need to know about the EIN number. One, there's two things you need to know. One, you need an EIN number to build business credit. You cannot build business credit without an EIN number. Two, it's free. Okay, it's free. Do not pay for an EIN number. Go to irs.gov, get your EIN number in 15 minutes, and they give it to you right there on the spot, right? That's what you need to know about your EIN number. Okay, let's get into the business address. This is where a lot of people that I've come across have to rethink things, right? Business address. There are three options when selecting your business address. There are no other options other than the three that I am going to mention. The first one is to have a brick and mortar, a storefront. You need a place that you can accept packages. The second option is a virtual office address. In every city, all over the world, there are virtual office companies that will provide you a virtual business address for as low as $50 a month. Okay. The last option is the home address. The reason why this is the last option is because lenders and creditors do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible, but they do this on a case-by-case basis, okay? Case-by-case basis, all right? Let's say, for instance, you're a hairstylist and you're doing hair from your house. Well, from a lender's standpoint, they look at that as this person can possibly pay that bill, okay? So that's okay, all right? You can be a hairstylist and be able to pay your bill, okay? Now, on the other hand, let's say you're a trucking company. Well, maybe you can't have all those trucks at the house. See, they're trying to see if this makes sense, okay? Because they're trying to limit their risk. Does this make sense to them? Okay. And one thing to know is that on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So when they're determining whether or not to give you this account or not, or this business loan, they're looking right at your business address and trying to see if this makes sense. Does this make sense? Okay. So these are the three options. There are no other options. You need a deliverable physical address. You cannot use a PO box. You cannot use a UPS address. Okay? Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. All right? So here's my go-to for virtual business address. Virtual business address. I use DaVinci for my business virtual business addresses. All right. If you go to this website /vendors, you'll see specific instructions on how to order the right product. There's a telephone number to call. There's a person to ask for, and there's a description. This is the wording right here. This is what you have to say to the person. You want to make sure that you are using this terminology. Private mailbox number issued required when you get that address. What that does is it has DaVinci set up a unique address for your business. They send a form to the post office so you can have a unique address. Now, if you use one of those virtual office companies that's going to give 100 different businesses the same exact address, that's not what you need. Okay? You need a unique address for your business. No doubt about it. All right? All right. Yep. Carnell, I see you. Okay. You must have a dedicated business phone number. Okay. Now we talked about the address. We talked about the name. We talked about your EIN number. Now we're going to talk about your business phone. You must have a dedicated business phone number that is listed with 411 National Directory Assistance. Okay, this is a must. You will not get far by skipping this step. Okay, this is a must. This needs to be a local number. This needs to be a local number and listed with National 411 Directory Assistance. Okay. Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411. A toll-free number will give your business credibility, but you must have a local business number for the listing with 411 National Directory. This is my go-to for local telephones because you cannot use a home number, a home landline, you can't do that. And you cannot use a cell phone as your main business number. Okay? The reason, I'm gonna tell you why. Because on the application, there's just a bunch of fields, right? There's just a bunch of fields. And each field that they're asking you for information, they're actually doing something. And on the field that says telephone number, what they are actually doing is pulling up a database of all cell phone numbers and all home landlines. If your number comes up on that list, they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. So these are 3 companies that will definitely work for you. Freedom Voice, Vonage, Ring Central. My go-to is Freedom Voice. They will give you a local number for $9.99 a month, and they will list it for $3 a month. Okay? They will list it for $3 a month. They'll give you a fax, and they'll give you a 800 number for less than $20 a month. Vonage and Ring Central, they start you at $25 a month. X got a question. So what if you have a Google business line? Do you mean the Google Voice telephone number? Yeah, Google Voice. Okay. suggested to use because the Google Voice, and I've always going to check the free option first, okay? Google Voice does not list to the National 401 directory consistently. Sometimes it lists, sometimes it doesn't. So if you already got a Google Voice number, I would list it by going to listyourself.net. Then you go through the processes. And then once you got it listed, once you think you got it listed, then this is what you do. You use the telephone number, your business number that you listed. You use that telephone to call. Now, okay, you use the area code of your telephone. So let's say your telephone starts with a 404. What you want to do is call 404-555-1212. 555-1212. And that's how you verify if your telephone number is listed. Okay? Google Voice lists sometimes it doesn't list. Okay? That's why I don't even bring it up anymore. I don't even bring it up. I just go straight to Freedom Voice because this is going to work without question. Okay? All right. I hope I answered that question, X. Fax number. Lenders perceive a credible business as one with the fax number. You're going to need a fax number. And you're going to need an 800 number. Now, the local number is necessary. The fax number and the 800 number is not so necessary. So this is how it works. They're going to check that local number. And when they do, they're going to say check. Boom. Then they're going to say, oh, wow. They got a fax number and they got an 800 number. Now they're looking more like they can pay a bill. See, you don't have to be able to pay a bill. You just have to look like you can pay a bill. And that's how they look at it. I don't look at it like that. That's how the lenders look at it like that. Okay? That if you got this local number listed, and you got a fax number, and you got an 800 number, wow. Now you're looking like a credible business. Okay, you don't have to be a credible business. You just have to look like one. All right? All right. Okay, website. Not having a website for your business will get you declined. Lenders verify credibility by checking name, address, phone, fax, about us, and services. They do that. So at my website, at my other business, MediaNet USA, we do websites. So we have the websites that are all inclusive. It comes with domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates to your website, unlimited email, expert customer service, and internet consultations. Okay, so we look out for your benefit, even if it don't include us. Okay, we definitely gonna look out for your benefit on this and everything that we do. Okay. In order to talk to me about your websites, just schedule a free business credit consultation. Okay, we get your website set up, and nowadays all businesses need a website. My packages start at $350. All right, so let's get it. All right, get your website set up. All right, email. It is important to get a company email address for your business. So my client Jay, remember I was telling you about my client Jay, right? Every time I did a website, he's definitely gonna set up an email with that website. Do not use a free email service. Never, ever doing it with business. They want to see you do business from your business email address. For instance, your name at yourbusinessname.com. They definitely do not want to see party chick at Yahoo, right? They definitely don't want to see that, right? So they want your business email address. Do not use a free email service. And even my client Jay, he knew that. So every time we set up a business, a website, I knew that we're setting up some emails, okay? Because that's how he communicates with the lenders, okay? Bank account. Now, once you got your Secretary of State certificate and you have your EIN number, then we're gonna run over to and get set up a bank account. That's the two things you need with your ID. You need your certificate from the Secretary of State, you need your EIN number, and they're gonna look at your ID, all right? One thing to know is that they're only looking at your ID to determine who you are. They're not running your personal credit for this business account. Even if you got a bad record with this bank, you can set up a business bank account. They're not running your history. If you have a business bank account and you owe somebody personally, they cannot come into your business bank account, okay? So set up that bank account quickly, all right? That's what you need to know. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Licensing. Licensing, one of the most common mistakes when building building credit for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses. Worst off is not having the appropriate license to do business. So most people got their license to do business, but a lot of people got an old address on their license. That will get you denied. And they don't have to tell you why they denied you. They don't have to ask you, how come the address is different? They don't have to ask you that. They're just gonna deny you and keep running, okay? So you need to have this stuff all set up right from the beginning. When you fill out this application, everything needs to match up exactly, all right? Okay. Licensing, state business filings listed correctly, county license and permit filings listed correctly, city license and your permit filings listed correctly, IRS filings listed correctly, okay? Business listings. Take the time to verify that the main agencies, state, IRS, bank, 411 National Directory, have your business listed the same with your exact legal name, okay? Also take the time to ensure every bill you get in your business, the power bill, the phone bill, landlord, etc., has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address, okay? Okay. Does anybody have any questions on that? That's the first step, which is credibility. You see how long it took to do credibility? That's how important it is for you to understand. Setting up your business to be credible in the eyes of the lender. Anybody got any questions? We good? It's all basic, simple stuff, right? But it's important to understand how the lenders are looking at your application. Cool. Yes, Jay Williams and Xavier, I see you, thank you. Okay, now we're going to the next step. Remember, this is a step-by-step process. There is no skipping steps in order for this to work. The next step is for you to understand your business credit reporting agencies and why you need access to your business credit report. Business credit reports are offered by Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. These are the three main business credit reporting agencies. You will first want to get a copy of your business credit reports to see what's being reported, right? So basically, this is like more common sense stuff. If you're getting ready to fill out an application for your business, you already know they're going to look at your business credit report. So when they look at your business credit report, you want to know what they are looking at before they look at it, right? Common sense stuff. Also, when you are getting these trade lines and you're making these payments, you want to pull your business credit report to make sure that these companies are reporting your payments timely and accurately. And they're not in the business of doing this. So they don't spend that much effort into this. See, this is where a lot of confusion gets. This is where you get slowed up, because some of these businesses, they might be late. They might not even send it. Okay? Because they're in the business of selling whatever they sell. That's what they're putting their effort in. They're not putting effort into after the sale stuff. So let's say, for instance, your bill does not show, your payment does not show up on your business credit report. You call that company up and say, hey, where's my trade line? And the person that picked up the phone don't even know what a trade line is. Okay? They're there to sell, right? So then you got to go to the credit department. Then you pick up the phone, then the person picked up the phone at the credit department. They don't know why your trade line didn't hit. Then you talk to the manager of the credit department. And sometimes these companies use a third party to transmit these reports. So he don't know the answer either. Okay, so this is where having a credit coach helps, because we know exactly how to handle these situations and smooth it out. If you don't know, you can figure it out, but it takes you time to figure it out. First of all, it's going to take you time to figure out that you had a problem. And then it's going to take you time to figure out how to fix the problem. And this is going to take time for it to get fixed. So having a credit consultant like Business Credit Builder helps. Okay, we streamline your efforts. Okay, so you can also go to this website, /reports, and you can find out if you have a record on your business already. Because let's say you just started a business, and if these agencies know that you exist, they're going to give you a failing score. Okay, so you can go to this website, reports, /reports, and figure out if your business or any other business has a credit profile listed. If you do have a credit profile listed, then you will see your business name and you will see your business address. Okay? All right.
I'm going into your room now.
Okay, so that's the business credit reporting agencies. Any questions on the business credit reporting agencies? Okay, we're going to go to the next step. This is the next step. This would be step 3. And now it gets a little difficult. But I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to smooth it out. All right, I'm going to smooth it out. Okay, so now we need to actually find businesses. All right, so what we did already was we set up our business credible in the eyes of the lender. The next step is to understand your business credit reports and why you need to have access to them, right? Now we're going to actually start doing some business credit stuff. All right. And now we have to find companies that's going to give you credit when you have no credit, right? And that's hard to do because companies just don't give out credit when you have no credit. Also, we have to find companies that will report to the business credit reporting agencies. And only 10% of all businesses report to the business credit reporting agencies because they're under high guidelines and restrictions to even be able to report your payments. So there's only a few companies out there that's going to be doing that. Right? So this is a hard step, getting starter companies. Right? A business credit report can be started much the same as a consumer credit report commonly is with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. These type of initial cards in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit or net 30 accounts, which means they're gonna give you a little credit, and when you buy something on credit, you have to pay for the item in full in 30 days. Hence the term net 30. All right. All right. A vendor line of credit is when a company extends a line of credit to your business on net 15. There's different terms that they have, but the most common terms is the net 30 accounts. All right. You got to pay it all in 30 days. Okay. Okay, that's all that says. You got to pay it all in 30 days, right? Okay. You can get products and services for your business needs and defer the payment on those for 30 days, thereby easing cash flow, which means for a business, you can get some supplies you need to go get the money. You go get the money, then you pay it. Now you don't have to put the risk of putting out your personal monies to go get the money, right? You go get some stuff on credit, you handle the business, you go get the money, then pay for it, right? Boom. Some vendors will approve your company for net 30 terms, payment terms upon verification as little as an EIN number and the 411 listing. And I told you about that already, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you some starter vendors, some real starter vendor accounts. All right. You need some good starter vendor accounts. My first go-to is Maverick Office Supplies. Maverick Office Supplies is going to give you an account just because you have an EIN number and your telephone number is listed. And they report to all 3 business credit reporting agencies. In order to get signed up for Maverick, go to my business website, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and follow the link. Set up that account. It's easy. You got to spend $50 or more in order for these companies to report.
That's enough.
Okay? These are the companies. These are the other companies: Quill, Barnett, Uline, DigiKey. Okay? There goes 5 starter vendors for you. Rosemary. They saying you need to mute your mic, Rosemary. Where you at? I don't even, oh, there she goes. I did it for her. How about that? Thank you, Maylene. All right, so bust it. Maverick, Quill, Barnett, Uline, DigiKey. You got it? Boom. That's how we do it. Apply, always apply without your social. Okay? There's gonna be a place on there to put your social. No problem, Rosemary, you good over here. Okay, so always apply without your social. They're always gonna ask for your social. They're always gonna ask for your social. You leave that part blank. There's a part for the EIN number. That's where you put your EIN number. So if you have an application that has a place for your social and there's no place for the EIN number, you have the wrong application. You need the business application. Okay? Some vendors will request it, and some will even tell you on the phone that they need to have it, but first submit without your social. Pay your net 30 accounts in full and on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendor's reporting cycles to get into the reporting system. It typically takes about 3 cycles of net 30 accounts reporting to build credit scores, which means you should be able to get these 5 accounts in 90 days on your business credit report. 90 days. Okay? 90 days. You should be able to do that. All right? 5 accounts on your business credit report. All right? Most merchants and major retailers do offer business credit. They just don't advertise. There is no benefit to the merchant to promote credit with no personal liability if the business owner is willing to take on that liability. So they don't promote their business credit cards and regularly ask for a social. Okay? Some vendors require an initial prepaid order before they can approve your business for terms. Like Uline does that. If they look at your business credit report and there's nothing on your business credit report, most likely they're going to ask you to do some transactions first. Buy something, pay it. Buy something, pay it, before they give you the net 30 account, which reports. Okay. Okay, so that I wanted to make sure that you understand that you probably will see that. With some companies will ask you to make some transactions first, right? So sometimes you just do that, or you just find another company. Our goal is 5. You need to have a total of at least 5 net 30 accounts reporting on your business credit reports. On the report, not on the way to the report. You need 5 on your business credit report. So you need to pull your business credit report and be able to see 5 trade lines. Okay? See, that's why I got this card. Check out the card, right? The card got the number 5 on it. And check out the smoke. It got the smoke, right? But check out his face. His face is like, yo, I got credit. And now we rolling. All right? Now we rolling. Now we are rolling because we got credit now. We got a nice profile set up, right? All right. Now we're starting. Now we're going, okay? After 5 trade lines are established using vendor accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Do we have any questions about the net 30 process? Any questions? Jay Williams, I see you. Any questions about the net 30 process? We good? Okay, let's move forward. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. This is where you want to be. Revolving accounts, they impact your credit score greater than the net 30 accounts. Revolving account approvals will begin coming from stores. Store revolving credit must be obtained before the business owner starts getting Visa, MasterCard, Amex types cards. Most stores will not approve a business owner for business credit unless the owner has an established credit profile and score, just like in the consumer world. Vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and score, then the store credit can be obtained. See, there's a rule, there's a method to the madness. We set up the credibility. We understand our business credit reports. Now we got these net 30 accounts. Now with the net 30 accounts, we have created our business credit profile at the business credit reporting agencies. with these net 30 accounts. Now we're going to go get these revolving accounts. It usually takes 90 days or less to establish a score and profile with trade lines. That's those first 5 net 30s, right? 90 days to get those first 5 net 30s. Most major stores do offer business credit cards, including these companies. So now that we got our 5 net 30s, now we can go into revolving accounts, including Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, Racetrack. See, some businesses, this is all they need to get started or to operate their business, right? They just need, and especially nowadays with the prices of gas, they might only need a gas card so they can fill up their truck to get down the block. A gas card that can get their vehicles repaired and stuff, right? Or another business might just need a Home Depot card, or another business might need a collaboration of an Office Depot card and a Sam's Club card to operate their business. Every business is different, right? The needs are different. So you have to think what's good for you, right? So these are the revolving accounts, and there's a whole bunch of revolving accounts out there. Once 10 accounts are on the credit, and an owner can then start applying for Visa, MasterCard, Amex type credit. Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limit account on the business report. Try to have 10 accounts with at least one of them having a high 10 credit limit. You see? So what you want to do with these revolving accounts is pick one, you use it more often than the others, and when they see you making payments on time, then you call this company back up and say, can you increase my limit? You want to get your limit as high as you can go. Because when you go to the credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and they approve you, then they will grant you access to an amount equal to your highest revolving limit. You see what I'm saying? You get that, right? That's why we want to use a card, call them back and ask for an increase in my limit. And when they see you making payments on time, they will do that. So you keep on doing it. You get that limit up as high as you can get it, right? Up to 10,000, right?
That's enough.
It is essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher limit credit lines are obtained within 6 to 12 months. So basically, if you do this on your own, it's going to take you over 12 months to do this. If we are helping you, it takes you about 12 months to do. But everybody does this at their own pace. It's about being administrative, right? Being able to purchase these items and pay it on time. So everybody does this at a different pace. One of my clients did it in 6 months, got a whole bunch of accounts in 6 months, but not everybody could do that. So basically, for yourself, you should be gearing toward being able to do this in 12 months. Okay. It takes time. I'm not gonna shoot you no pipe dreams and say, yo, we're gonna go around the corner and go get this money. Nah, I'm gonna let you know straight up and down. It's gonna take some time to do this correctly. Okay. Yep. I see you, Jay Williams. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is go over where you would go if you need money, right? So these I'm getting ready to go over. Oh no. Okay. My bad. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Buster, 1 out of 5 businesses fail within the first 5 years. Within 15 years, 75% of businesses fail. This is information given to me by the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Per the SBA, the most 2 common reasons for business failure is management issues and insufficient capital. Okay, so with money, you can afford to make mistakes if you've lent money, but if you use your own money, that might be your only chance. You roll the dice and lost. Okay, let me tell you also that big business people, they never use their own money. They always don't mind paying interest as an expense to access money. If you got $100,000 and you got a great idea, which everybody got a great idea, and you use that $100,000 to do your idea, per the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, most businesses are gonna fail. So let's say you do, I know everybody got a good idea, but let's say you do fail. You just used your only $100,000, that's gone. If you borrowed the $100,000, you still in the business. Your home is still there. They can only come for the assets of the business. They cannot come for your personal assets. You got $100,000 in the bank. They can't touch it. They can only come for the assets of the business. All right? That's how business people do. They don't use their own money. They don't mind paying a little extra to get access to money for the risk. Don't take the risk yourself. When you take the risk yourself, you got your kids at the crib. They taking the risk right with you. Your wife taking the risk right with you. Your home is taking the risk right with you. All right? Have somebody else take the risk, okay? You set up your business properly so somebody else can take the risk, okay? Over 75% of business owners go to friends. Let's see. This is one point I want to make. Only 1.2% of all business loans and financing come from conventional banks. So if you had a business and you try to get some money from your business and you go to the bank, the commercial bank, to get a loan, what they're going to offer you is an SBA loan, which you're going to need a whole bunch of stuff for that. Okay. Most of us do not qualify for an SBA loan. Most of us. Okay. So only 1.2% of all business loans go to the SBA. So where are the business loans coming from? Alternative financing alternatives. There are companies that specialize for business purposes. Okay. There's a whole bunch out there, but they're not like a commercial bank on every corner. So you got to go find them. A lot of us don't know where to find them. All right. Okay. Let's see. We're going to skip that. Okay. Here goes 3 ways to get funding that your bank won't tell you about. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over these 3 things. You may qualify for them, you may not qualify for them. I go over them so that you can understand the process of getting funding for your business. Cash flow financing. I'm going to go through this real fast because I'm running out of time. I like to end on time. So I'm going to go through this real quick. Here we go. Cash flow financing. Cash flow financing is the most popular type of alternative funding today. Off the top of the dome, this is how it goes. Cash flow finance is for existing businesses, right, that come into a problem, which every business comes into a problem, okay? Every business comes into a situation. They might need to make their payroll this week. They might need to replace a piece of equipment that just broke down and they need this piece of equipment to be running like right now, right? So what do you do in those situations? There's alternative people. There are alternative companies that provide cash flow financing. All you need to have is $10,000 in deposits each month into your bank. That's why I say this is not for everybody. You have to be an existing business. Businesses make $10,000 a month, right? So if you're a business, they want to see that you got cash flow. So if you got $10,000 in the being deposited, then you qualify. You don't need credit. You don't need none of that stuff. You just need your bank statements, 3 months bank statements or 6 months bank statements. And you can get qualified for this. No problem. This is easy. A lot of businesses use this. It's expensive because it's a high risk for them, right? Okay, so that's cash flow financing. Next is collateral-based financing. Mark, can you bring me a water? Okay, collateral-based financing. Collateral-based financing is financing that can be obtained if you have some type of viable collateral to offset what you are borrowing. Okay, here goes some examples of collateral-based financing. Accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is also known as factoring. So back to my client, Jay. My client, Jay, was funding his business, the freight business. Remember I tell you about my client, Jay, had the freight business. He funds his business using factoring, which means this. He has a trucking company. His truck, the water's right here, Ma, right here. So he has a freight company. What the freight company does is they have a truck and they make a delivery, right? And they invoice for that delivery. And it takes them about 30 days to get that money. So with factoring, they get that money in 24 hours. Thank you. They get that money in 24 hours, okay? So this is not for every business. This is for businesses that can batch and sell their invoices. Purchase orders. Purchase orders are for companies that have government contracts. Government contracts. Government contracts is easy money if you go into the right alternative funding spot. A commercial bank is not looking at your government contract, but the right alternative funding place will honor that contract because they know that's straight money. All right? Stocks, bonds, 401ks. You can get a business loan on the investments that you already have. If you have equity in your home, you can get a business loan. If you have inventory and equipment over $100,000, you can get a loan. And if you're an insurance agent and you have a book of business, that's your list of clients, then you can get a business loan on that stuff. I'm just giving you this stuff as in ideas, right? Okay, here goes the third. Unsecured credit. This is for people that have good business credit. I'm sorry. Let me start all over. Unsecured credit. This is for people that have good personal credit. And this is good for startups, okay? So startups can do this. If you're a startup business and you have good personal credit, this is your way, all right? Unsecured credit-based financing is a great way to get money for your business if you have good personal credit or know a guarantor that does. So it don't have to be you. You can have somebody else that got good credit and you get access to this money, okay? You get secure credit up to 5 times. Okay, this is how it runs off the top of the dome. This is how it goes down, right? So you got good personal credit. They're gonna look at your personal credit. You need to have a 685 or above. 685 or above. Then they're gonna look at your highest revolving account limit. And they're gonna max that account limit 5 times on 5 credit cards, 5 business credit cards. And when I say a business credit card, I mean, when you make a payment to this credit card, they report to the business credit reporting agencies, not the consumer reporting agency. So with this product, the unsecured, you get approved using your personal credit, but when you make a payment, it reports to your business credit reporting agencies. We're gonna get you 5 business credit cards. So that means 5 trade lines. Right there. You see that? You get up to 10 trade lines fast because now we got our 5 net 30s. Then we go get these 5. We got 10 real fast. Whew, I just taught you some advanced stuff right there. Okay. All right. Polly has a question. How far back do they typically look at account management? That's a good question. And I can't answer that. The reason why, because everybody does this differently. Every vendor will look at it differently, but they want to know your recent stuff. They're particularly looking at your recent activity because you're getting ready to pay. They're getting ready to give you credit now. They want you to pay now. They're not going to look at 2 years ago. They want to know what you was doing in the last 6 months. They want to know, how were you paying your bills the last 6 months? Oh, not too good. Oh, how were you looking in the last year? They'll look at it like that. They look at trends also. Okay, so everybody does it different. Everybody is looking at your risk in a different way. Okay, so basically, 6 months a year they're looking at. Okay, so I hopefully I answered that question, Miss Polly. Okay, so one more thing about this unsecured credit. It is usually 0% interest for the first 6 to 18 months. This is no doc funding. So the only thing that you need is your good credit to get access to this money. You can get up to $150,000. Okay, cool, Polly. All right, now we got all other alternative financing. I was thirsty, pardon me. Okay, private money. We have access to private money. It's also available if you have good tax returns. Venture capital, we have access to equity capital. That's similar to the Shark Tank guys, that companies that'll give you money for your business, but they'll take a piece of your business. You know about crowdfunding. You can also get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. Okay? Specialized funding. Okay? That's how business fund is funded. Now, look at this equipment, right? So there are companies out there that just give money so that you can buy equipment for your business. And that's what my client Jay was doing. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you about how he was getting this free money. Okay? You're ready for that? Here's the free money part. So, remember I was telling you about Jay. And every time I did a website, $250,000 hit the bank, right? Okay. I found out that what he was doing was this. He has 2 companies. He has the freight company, right? I'll tell you about the freight company. And then he got another company. The other company is the truck sales company. Okay? So he got 2 companies. The freight company, the truck sales company. So the freight company, he wants to buy trucks, right? So he goes to the equipment lender, gets approved for the loan. Then they cut the check directly to the truck company so he can buy the trucks, right? But guess what? That's his own company. So he got one company getting a check cut to his other company, right? So he's getting that money so he can buy trucks. But then he figured out he don't have to buy trucks. He found out that if you hold it a certain amount of days, then it just turns into an automatic loan. He didn't have to go buy the trucks. And then it just turns into a loan, and then he don't pay the loan. He don't pay the loan because he didn't set up the companies that his name ain't even on the companies. And when they come for the account, they close the account and they come in to try to collect the money that he just got. They can't come for him personally. They don't even know who he is. They only are interested in the assets of the business. Now, Jay does stuff that's not moral, right? And I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to just do my business real, legitimate, right? I don't need to do no shady stuff. So this is how I found out about business credit. Through Jay, I saw him doing this immoral tactics, but I said, damn, this business credit thing works. He's utilizing, he's actually taking advantage of the system. That's when I decided to teach how to build business credit for real. No skipping steps, all right? He's skipping a whole bunch of steps, okay? He skips steps. He buys a guarantor, all this stuff. But it works. Business credit works. But I teach you, the way I taught you, that's the real way to do it. Trade line by trade line. You want to show a lender that you have a track record of paying on time. And that's what business credit does. It shows a lender that you have a track record of being able to pay on time. That's what they want to see. Okay? And that's the free money part. That's how he was getting free money. I don't teach that. I teach you how to get business credit for real. All right? And he still does that. He's upgraded now though. Now he gets the big loans, right? Doing the same type of stuff. Okay. Whew. Okay, so this is how you can easily get business credit and financing all in one place. The Business Credit Builder. Finance, and it's powered by the Finance Suite. Here goes one of my testimonials. On my website, at the bottom of each page there are video testimonials. Go down there, check out the video testimonials. This is Brian. He's from New Jersey. He has something to say about how easy it was for him to get his $50,000 that he needed for his business. Okay. So it's the ultimate solution, the Business Credit Builder. It's the easiest and the fastest way to get money and credit to build and grow your business. It's a simple solution. You get business credit for your business not linked to the Social Security number through the top selling business credit system. So our system is the top selling business credit system, okay? You get access to funding for your business to start, build, and grow. Our cutting edge technology helps you meet credibility requirements before you apply. You get access to discounted business credit reports. Oh, I didn't tell you about the discounted credit reports. When I was supposed to say this, when I discussed the business credit reports, each of those business credit reports cost about $100 a month. So Experian, Equifax, Dun & Bradstreet, they'll charge you about $100 per month to access your business credit reports. When you do business with us, we charge you $25 a month to get all 3 business credit reports. Okay, so we save you a little bit of money. You also get the largest supply of starter vendors. Starter vendors are important because these vendors change. And you see, I told you why it's hard to find these vendors. These vendors change their criteria regularly. So the list I have right now is different than the list I had a year ago, or even 6 months ago is different, okay? You get a massive selection of revolving store credit with underwriting guidelines. I didn't tell you about the underwriting guidelines. When you do business with us, we tell you the underwriting guidelines before you apply. If you do this on your own, you go to a company and say, well, what do I need to qualify to get this account? They're gonna tell you, fill out this application and I'll tell you if you get this account. So we're gonna tell you what you need to qualify before you apply, saving you time, okay? We have the hard to find cash credit cards. So remember I told you about the Visa, MasterCard, Amex stuff, right? Those cards are hard to find. When you do this on your own and you go try to find a business credit card, you're gonna find those credit cards that's like Capital One, and they say, hey, we're a business credit card, but they're not a business credit card because when you ask them who they report to TransUnion. That's not a business credit card, okay? It's hard to find cards that report to the business credit reporting agencies, okay? No personal credit check or guarantee is required in order for you to build business credit. You get access to cash flow financing, collateral-based financing, unsecured financing, private money, alternative, SBA, all that stuff, right? That I talked about. All of my clients, they get the core package, get their own control panel that looks similar to this. You get your control panel. You go into your core panel and you have your course content. Each step of the way, we give you instructions on how to complete this step, right? Very deep, very detailed information. There's instructions on how to complete the step. There's a video on how to complete the step. And if you still can't figure it out, then there's an advisory team that's going to help you figure it out. You can call them, you can email them. So you're not doing this alone. There's always somebody right there with you that's an expert helping you make these decisions and going step by step, okay? So remember I told you about the underwriting guidelines, and then when we actually start building business credit, we're gonna tell you exactly what companies to apply to. We build business credit in 4 tiers of vendors, and I'm over the time, so we're gonna rush out of here. Okay. So we build business credit in 4 tiers of vendors. Each tier has about 15 vendors. We tell you, pick 3 of these vendors. And this is the information that we give you for the vendors. This one is for Racetrack. Racetrack, they report to Dun & Bradstreet. Their terms are revolving. You got their telephone number, the fax number, a description of what they sell, and how to qualify. How do you qualify for a Racetrack account? Well, 1, you need an EIN number. You need a DUNS number. You need a pay score of 78. You see how easy it is to get a 78? I already told you, right? Preferred 3 years in business. Business entity. You need your phone listed with 411. I already taught you all of that stuff. So you know when to apply for this and when not to apply, when to waste your time and when not to waste your time, right? All right. So here goes one of my clients, Christine. She's a stay-at-home mom. She was able to do all of this in 6 months. All of these accounts in 6 months. Not everybody is able to do this because she's a stay-at-home mom. So I won't say everybody can do this. No. Everybody can't do this in 6 months. If you do a lot of hard work, you can do it in 12 months, realistically, okay? I'm straight up and down. I'm gonna tell you, all right? Don't expect to do this in 6 months like Christine. Sprint, 2,000, Amazon, 4,500, Tractor Supply, 5,000, Exxon, 5,000, Fuel Man Fleet, 6,000, BJ, 7,000, BPA, Lowe's, 10,000, Apple, 12,500, Shell, 15. Whew. This list is over $250,000 in business credit. You think you can use this stuff? Costco, Best Buy, Dell, Ford. She even got a Roost Plus account. Look at that, PNC. PNC, that's a credit line, 150,000. You see that? You can do it too. And it'll take you more than 6 months though, okay? So when you get down with us, you get your own business credit advisor who offers concierge service for 12 months. You also get your finance officer that gets you the best financing for your business. The best financing means the most money, the best terms with the best spread over the spread of time, okay? The best combination of terms for you, okay? Okay, here's a quick summary and we're getting out of here. You get your own business finance suite control panel, discounted business credit reports, free DUNS number, largest supply of starter vendors, massive selection of revolving store credit, hard to find cash credit sources, access to cash flow, collateral-based and unsecured private money sources. It typically will take you 18 to 24 months to do this on your own. With us, it'll take you about 12 months, but everybody does this at their own time. I have 2 packages that I offer. The core package, which I told you about, you get your own control panel, right? And you get your the advisory team, the finance team. Then the other program is what we call the Business Credit Building Program. This is a one-on-one consultation with me for 1 year. 1 year, you got me. All right. All right, that's the two different packages that we have. Get started now. And one thing that we do offer now is consumer financing. So you can finance your purchase with us, okay? So we now offer financing for our services. So the loan terms are up to 72 months. Approvals are down to 515 credit score, which makes it easy to finance these services. We work with 12 lenders that have no industry restrictions. A lot of times you see people, companies that have restrictions on who they will lend money to, okay? My lenders do not have any restrictions on who they lend money to. The application fee is 5% flat, which is built into your loan. The APR start at 5.99%. And you can find out if you get approved with an easy instant soft pull approval. So it don't cost you to find out if you get approved for financing, okay? Here's the rundown. Get started today as part of this seminar, and you can get started with a huge discount on our Premier Enrollment Plan. It usually goes for $4,400, but my plan is only $29.95, okay? And these are the cash options. If you want to pay with cash, you can put $1,500 down and make six monthly payments, or you can make a single payment of $2,250, and that saves you $750. Or you can get the whole thing just financed, okay? The one-on-one package, right? The Business Credit Building Program usually goes for $2,500. My price is only $995. The cash price is $400 down and 3 payments, or you can save $250 with a single payment of $750, okay? Or you can get this finance as well, okay? Now, let's say you can't afford that. Boom. You can get more information by getting one of my ebooks for as low as $10. Go to /ebooks. Let's say you can't afford $9.99. Go to my blog. There's a whole bunch of information on my blog for free that I can't put into these webinars. There's a whole bunch of information up there, all right? And you can also log into my Spotify or my other social media outlets, all right? So bust that, right? All right. So to get started now, what you need to do is schedule a free business credit consultation at businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. This is the time that we close out and ask anybody if you have any questions. And here goes my contacts. Check it out. Yeah. Any questions, anybody? Let's run it. Boom. That's how we do it. Whew. No questions? Miss Arnold, you ain't got no questions? You've been over there quiet. All right. Jay Williams, thank you very much. I hope this class was informative. Yeah, you can tell. This is real. This is the real stuff coming from somebody that knows for sure. I'm not going to tell you stuff I don't know. If I tell you something, I know it for 100% sure because I did the shit. Excuse my French. Okay. Ms. Hall says, I'm good. Thank you. It was been very informative. Ms. Arnold says, extremely informative. Great. I thank y'all very much. Thank y'all very much. When y'all get the email, make sure you put some feedback in there. All right. Your favorite business credit meeting so far. Miss Polly's in the building. What? Very good material, Miss Larita. All right. I appreciate that, y'all. Y'all make me want to continue to provide this free service for our community, okay? To get our businesses up and running, all right? Thank you very much, Miss Maylene in the building. All right, what question, Miss Hall? Uh-oh, is this a trick? Is UPS United Postal Service or United Parcel Service? Okay, UPS is the United Parcel Service. But I don't know that one. So if I don't know an answer, I'm not gonna act like I know, right? Oh, in regards to the address, you do not want to use a UPS address. A UPS, you know that UPS, they give you an address for their PO boxes. You don't want to do that. Is that your initial question? Okay, bet. Yeah, you do not want to use a UPS address. Somebody also told me that Staples has that same type of thing. You don't want to use that. You want to use a virtual office address, a storefront, or your home address for your main business address. Probably got a question. Oh, will you please repeat the listing number one more for 411? How you can list, like I was explaining to the dude that has the Google Voice number, how you can get that number listed. So if you have an existing business number and you want to get it listed, you would go to listyourself.net. Oh, and the phone number to check would be to use, depending on the area code of the phone that you have, you would use that phone that you have, the business phone. Let's say your business phone has a 404 area code. You would call 404-555-1212. Great. Cool. Bet. Bridget, I appreciate that. No doubt. No doubt about it. Polly, did you get that info? 555-1212. All right. Okay, I do this about once a week. You can go to my YouTube. So if you're looking at this on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, comment, please, and like. Okay, thank you. Everybody, I thank y'all for coming. To get started, schedule your free business credit consultation. Everybody have a good one. I appreciate y'all's company. I got some good energy from y'all. And that's how we do it. I love that. Y'all have a good one. Thank you, LaShawn Arnold. Thank you. Take care, y'all. Peace. Jay Williams in the building. I see you. Y'all have a good night. Love.